Hello, dear students. CA Deepti Chheda here. Questions coming for the capital gain usually are, ma'am, it is confusing how to calculate the tax on short-term and long-term capital gain, how to differentiate between the age of the asset. So all these concepts very important to solve the problems also, and very important for your MCQs also we are discussing in this video. So till the end of the video, I'll be covering how to decide on the age of the capital asset, how to calculate and decide whether this is a long-term or short-term capital gain, and what are the different tax rates, the exemptions, the rebate. The most important and crucial part is a thorough and in-depth study. You all are watching this video means you're serious and sincere to take down all the in-depth concepts of the capital gain, to pick up your notepads, sit with the pen and take the notes for all the screen what I'm sharing right now with all of you. Okay. So here we start this capital gain chapter. You all know that what is a capital asset. When I sell the capital asset, then I get a gain. But whether the gain is short term or long term will decide on the age of the capital asset. That is on the holding period of the capital asset. So the most important part which is covered up in the MCQs and objectives is, let us start first with listed shares on which security transaction tax is charged. So listed shares, when I say, it includes equity and preference shares all. Listed securities, units of UTI, zero coupon bonds. If I hold it for 12 months, then the holding period is up to 12 months, and within 12 months, if I sell it, it will be short-term capital gain. If I hold the asset for more than 12 months and then I sell it, these securities, units and zero coupon bonds, then it is long-term capital asset. And when I sell it, I will get long-term capital gain, right? Next is unlisted shares on which STT is not charged, and land and building. This is like 2 years back, they have changed it. Earlier, land and building was also in the third category. So land and building and unlisted shares, if I hold it for less than equal to 24 months, 2 years, it is short-term capital asset, otherwise more than 24 months, long-term. Whenever I teach less than and greater than, the question in you students' mind is, ma'am, where will equal to go? So it is up to 24 months, up to 12 months. So equal to will also be treated as a short-term capital asset. Is this clear? Last category is unit of debt-oriented mutual funds. Those mutual funds who put their major money in the debentures and debt market. Unlisted securities other than shares and any other capital asset like jewelry, archaeological structure, urban agricultural, all these assets and all other than land and building, of course, then these, if you hold it up to 36 months, it is short-term capital asset. More than 36 months, long-term capital asset. Equal to will always come short-term. Once I can confirm what is the holding period of the asset, I'll come to know what is the nature of the asset. And when I sell short-term capital asset, there is short-term capital gain. When I sell long-term capital asset, there is long-term capital gain. In short-term capital gain, there is no indexation. This topic is quite vast and I'll have to make part many videos to cover up other things. Today we are covering up the tax liability and the age of the asset, right? So this is basically for the age of the asset. Tax liability I'll be covering up in the next slide, okay? So you all know that in case of short term, the indexation is not applicable, and in case of long term, indexation is applicable. This you all should note down. One day before the exam, you're not able to revise everything, the whole chapter, our material or institute's material. So you should have some ready material which you can read in 5 minutes. So note it down with understanding. Are you liking these tables and these slides, what we are preparing in all the other videos? It takes lot of effort to collect all this material, make up this document, record the video, edit it, upload it. So this is all to support you for your exam. So on your YouTube, if you're watching it right now, on the left hand side there is a like button. Hit it, subscribe my channel so that you can get all the updates about the upcoming exams, income tax, and some more videos like this which will clear up your concept. The areas and the topics I'm picking up as are the ones which are mostly troubling students. Students are usually confused with how to calculate the tax, and when you get a combined question of computing the income for 15 marks, 10 marks, you need to answer this, how to compute the tax. So there we will be using this. Let us start with the first category. Short-term capital gain on listed shares subject to STT. The rate of tax is 15%. Rebate under 87A, that is if it is 5 lakhs, you get 12,500 tax is reduced. That is yes. Deductions under chapter 6A are not given. Basic exemption is given. Okay, this is section 111A. Most important, I feel, for the upcoming exam is section 112A. Long-term capital gain on listed shares was earlier exempt. Now it is exempt up to 1 lakh, and on the balance you have to pay the tax 10%. So if my long-term capital gain on listed shares is 1,80,000, 1 lakh it will be exempt, and 80,000 I have to pay 10% tax subject to other income. If other income is not there, basic exemption will be given here, yes. This is the highlight area where you can see my cursor right now. On long-term capital gain income on shares, rebate under section 87A is not allowed. If you just have long-term capital gain and it is only 4 lakhs, still you will have to pay tax. Of course, you will get 2,50,000 basic exemption. Additional 1 lakh this exemption. Beyond that, whatever you get is taxable, but it will be taxable. No rebate, I am repeating, under section 112A for long-term capital gain on listed shares. Next, we have short-term capital gain other than shares. It's like routine taxable at slab rate. Because it is taxable at slab rate, you get deduction, ATC to ATU. Rebate is available. Basic exemption is also available. And long-term capital gain other than shares, that is property and jewelry and all, it is taxable at flat 20%. Rebate is available. Deductions are not available. And basic exemption. When I say basic exemption, this word in capital gain, very important here it is to discuss the concept of unutilized basic exemption. So suppose my other income is 2 lakhs and my basic exemption is 250. Do I have 50,000 more unutilized basic exemption which I could not use in my normal income? Normal income, say other sources, 2 lakhs, it's exempt. And capital gain is 8 lakhs. So can I set off that unutilized basic exemption 50,000 against the 8 lakh? Yes. And on 7 lakh 50,000, 20% tax. Okay. So I'll come up with one more example for this. I hope these two slides are clear. What should be the age of the capital asset? First indicator to decide short term or long term. Once you are clear, short term, the format is different. Long term, indexation is different. Once you are clear, then tax rates will apply like this. Highlight part of this is that there are no rebates on long-term capital gain on listed shares, and this is 1 lakh is exempt. So even if it is 180, it's not ki once it cross 1 lakh on whole income 10% is tax. Out of 180, 1 lakh will be exempt, and on 10% remaining you will pay the tax. Right? So here we come to the end of this conceptual video. Many more videos are upcoming. Like it, share it, subscribe it, and share it with your friends. Ask them also to subscribe to the channel to get more upcoming videos, right? See you all, signing off now. Bye bye. Deepti Chheda here. Bye.